Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I am going to be reading ACOTAR for the first time. It is long overdue, but it is finally time to tackle this very loved series. So it's funny because even though I've heard so much about this series, I have no idea what it's about. Besides the fact that I know it's like a Beauty and the Beast retelling kind of, but I think only the first book is like that. I don't know what goes on in the whole series. Don't know really anything more about it than that, but I'm so excited because it is such a popular series. I really haven't heard much bad things about this series. Like pretty much everybody at least has enjoyed it. I am really excited. This will be a spoiler-free reading vlog, so you know, obviously this is my first time reading it, so I know there's still probably a lot of people out there that haven't read it yet, so I want to make sure that everybody can watch my video. So this will be spoiler-free, and I'll try to just, you know, give the vague idea of what's going on and more of just like my thoughts and opinions, and nothing far from what's on the back of the book. Let's see how this goes. I literally have not updated this video since my intro, which is so funny because that was 2 weeks ago maybe, and I haven't gone very far in this book, honestly. I think maybe it's just because I haven't had the time to like pick up my camera and everything, so I haven't been reading very much of it because I don't want to, you know, miss anything big and not be filming it. I guess that's why, but I am on page 67, which is literally like halfway through a chapter right now. I'm just getting through this book so slowly. Right now, it's basically just the beginning parts, like basically just what's on the back of the book, where she has been taken by the high fae person, whatever, because she killed the wolf that was a fairy. So that's really all that I have gotten to so far. I have no idea I don't even know what the plot is really. Like, I'm guessing she's gonna try to get away, I guess, but also I feel like she is gonna like this guy, Tamlin. Tamlin? Yeah, I think Tamlin. There's Tamlin, and then there's Lucian? I like Lucian. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I feel like that's probably how I'm gonna say it. So yeah, it's kind of funny though. Like, I get that it's part of the person Tamlin is like following the treaty, but it's just kind of silly to me. It's like, hey, you killed my bestie. Which I don't know if that's true. You killed a person of my kind, and I'm gonna take you to my land, but don't worry, I'll make sure you're taken care of, probably better than you were ever taken care of before, and I'm gonna make sure that your whole family is also taken care of. Which that's what it's looking like so far. I don't know if that's true. Maybe something's gonna happen. I have no idea. But it's just kind of silly to me. Like, I get that it's part of the treaty. It's just kind of like you're punishing her by low-key making her life way better and her family's life better. So now that I'm speaking about it, I'm like, maybe that is why it's too good to be true. Maybe something's gonna happen. I have no idea. But yeah, so that's all I've gotten to so far. Like, she just ate dinner with Tamlin and his friend Lucian. I have no idea what else is gonna happen, but it is definitely a slow start, but I don't know if that's just because I've been pacing it out so long. I've literally only been reading like a chapter at a time at most. So I'm gonna read a little bit before bed. It's almost 12 o'clock, so I probably should go to bed soon, but I'm gonna read a little bit. Vita's getting comfortable. And he'll probably move in a second and get in my bed, but we'll let him have his moment. I am 20% done with ACOTAR. You would not believe how long this is taking me. And you know what? I don't think it's the book. I think it's me. I think I'm in a slump because I read Beartown before this in January. That's the only book that I read this year. And it is February 17th, I think? Yeah, 17th. So things are going really well for me, clearly. But yeah, I'm definitely in a slump, but I'm determined to get myself out of this slump. I also wasn't, I don't know, this is a little like, I don't know, theory of mine. I wasn't watching YouTube videos on like people reading for a little while. Like, I kept up to date with everybody I normally watch. Normally that's like all I watch. Like, I'll just watch, rewatch and rewatch until they post something else. But I've been addicted to Gilmore Girls recently, so I have not been motivated to read because I haven't been seeing people read all the time. And also I've been addicted to Gilmore Girls, so I'm kind of slowly getting out of that. that. So I'm not as obsessed as I was, because I was literally obsessed. So I am chapter 10 right now. There's definitely some confusing things, which I don't think would be confusing if it hadn't been for the fact that I'm not picking this book up every day and reading a whole bunch. I'm reading like maybe one chapter every other day. It's so bad. But this morning I did read some and I wrote down some thoughts. So yeah, I'm kind of confused about like the fairies and the high fae and everything. Like Lucian was explaining to Feyre like the differences of like fae and the high fae, and I guess the fae have like special abilities and stuff, but then I'm confused because Tamlin is a high fae and he has, you know, the shape-shifting ability, which I hope that's not a spoiler. I don't think it is. Yeah, okay, so this was what was confusing. It says the high fae don't have specific powers the way the lesser fairies do. I don't have a natural born affinity, if that's what you're asking. I don't clean everything in sight or lure mortals to a watery death or grant you answers to whatever questions you might have if you trap me. We just exist to rule. So it seems like regular fairies like have abilities while the high fae doesn't, but Tamlin does, I guess. And maybe that's supposed to be confusing. I guess I'm gonna figure more out. For now, I'm very confused. Oh, also the masks are really throwing me off, but I get that that's like part of the story, like the mask situation, but it's like when I think about the fact that they're wearing a mask, it really throws off their whole seriousness. So I'm gonna read a little bit and get to the bottom of this. I'm also listening, which is helping me get back in the groove, get out of my slump. So it is Monday today and I am determined to finish this book. I'm determined to finish ACOTAR by the end of the week because I've just been in a slump since the beginning of the year, really. And so I have literally read one book this year and it's nearing the end of February. So I would really like to have finished ACOTAR by the end of February. So at least I read one book this month. So that's my goal. I'm actually really starting to get into it. I'm listening to it a lot and I'm like 37% through it, and this morning I listened to a chapter and I kind of wrote down some things that I wanted to talk about later on. I did end up re-listening to like 25% of it because I thought that I was not understanding stuff. I thought I would understand it perfectly clearly and like everything would be fine and it wouldn't be like hard or anything, but it really is like a whole nother world that you have to kind of adapt to. And I guess I haven't had a fantasy that is like, I don't know if this is considered high fantasy, but it's definitely more fantasy in a fantasy book than I have read before. Like I've read the Cruel Prince series. That might be YA though. I'm not sure. Is that YA? Maybe this is my first like adult fantasy really. Like I've read Once Upon a Broken Heart. I think that's YA as well. Assistant to the Villain, Divine Rivals. I've read a few fantasy-esque books, but really once I started reading ACOTAR, I was like, wait a second. I really don't think that I've done this before. It felt so new. So I did go back because I think I wasn't really confused or not understanding anything. I think it was just there's things that they bring up. The readers don't know what it is, but it's something you kind of have to learn like farther down the road. Like I was just thinking I just didn't know it and I missed something. Then I went back and I was like, wait a second, I don't think we've learned this yet, which is good. I'm glad that that was the case and I just wasn't understanding anything that was going on. But yeah, and I'm really getting into it now. It definitely did help to re-listen to everything so I have a better understanding of what's going on. Okay, and then also the relationship part of this is is kind of happening right now. Like, I wish I didn't know this. I think I would be more into the book if I wasn't so wary of what's to come. I just don't think I'm supposed to trust anybody except for the main character, I hope. So that's where I'm at. I'm just like not trusting anybody. That's where we are. I'm on chapter 19, page 167. So I'm getting there. I'm almost 40% through it. It's looking up, honestly. I was kind of worried that this was just gonna be a flop and that I was gonna DNF it, honestly. Not that anything was bad, I just couldn't get into it, but I'm getting more into it now. Now that I'm kind of getting more comfortable with the world they're in, things are looking up for me. I just think this video is probably, literally haven't edited a bit of it yet. This video is probably wild because I have been reading this book for so long. I don't know what it is that got me into this slump, or if it's the book I'm currently reading or the last book I read, which was Beartown. I think that might be it because I'm honestly enjoying ACOTAR. I just think maybe I should have read something like a little more fluffy before getting into this huge series and brand new world, because I'm realizing that this is really a fantasy. I'm not sure if I said this already. With that being said, I'm definitely into it now. I'm almost 80% through it, but it has taken me so long to get to this point. It is March, and I started this video in January, I think. But let's update about where I am in this book. So I'm 80% through it. Obviously, I can't say too much, but things are going down for sure, and I am really enjoying it like a lot more than I was before, because I guess the stakes have risen. Like before, it was like she was getting used to being in this new place with all these fairies around her, all that, learning a lot about the world. Now we're high stakes real quick. Like the bad guy girl, the bad person, well, I can't say much, but we're dealing with her. And I think I'm starting to see the shift from the love interest, basically, is all I can say, which I knew was happening. And I think that if this was brand new information for me, I would be a lot more invested. But I think since I already knew this was gonna happen, I wasn't really invested in the romance to begin with. But I'm getting excited now that I'm like, they're introducing the actual, I think the actual love interest of the book. They pulled a Shatter Me situation, basically. So now we're actually getting like snippets of the actual love interest, and I love him so far. So yeah, I don't know how many more pages I have left, but I know that like when you have 100 pages left, that's when it starts getting crazy. So I'm going to try and film as much of that as I can so that I can keep y'all updated on my thoughts and opinions on the ending of this book, because I honestly have no idea what's going to happen, and I'm very much invested. I got this new setup for my birthday. It's like a little Kindle tripod, and I have this. I've had this for a while. It's a clicker for my Kindle. So this is like the ultimate setup. Also, Cole got me this stuffed animal Peep for my birthday, and it also is amazing. Moral of the story, I'm in ultimate comfort right now. And with that being said, it is time to finish this book. It says on my Kindle that I have an hour and 46 minutes left. It's like 10 o'clock right now. I am finishing this book tonight. I have no thoughts. I gotta get into it a little bit. Why does it feel like this whole book I've been trying to get into it? Like there's parts of it that I've been like, oh, I'm really liking this. Like I feel like I'm into it now. And then I'm like, but I'd rather do anything else than read. And I don't know if that's the book's fault or if it's just because I'm in a slump that I'd rather just do anything else but read this book. The second trial is about to start, so I think things are about to get interesting. Also, I'm like iffy about this recent person. Like I'm going in and out. Sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't like him. But I'm feeling like we're gonna figure stuff out about him that's gonna make me like him. But we'll see. I don't know. I have no idea. So yeah, I'm on chapter 40 right now. So I did end up finishing ACOTAR, and this was definitely not what I thought it would be. It was a lot more like anticlimactic than I was thinking it was going to be, even though I had known people said that this was the least favorite in the series type of thing, or, you know, not as good as the rest of the series. But I kind of just thought that I would really enjoy it right from the start, and it would be like something I'd never read before, or I don't know. I just thought I would be hooked from the beginning, and I was not. I was very much not hooked and going through a reading slump, and I don't know if it's this book's fault or not, but that definitely made it a lot harder to dive into this series and really give it my full attention. But with that being said, I did enjoy it. I rated it a 3 stars. I am really excited to continue it because I have already started the second book. Yesterday I started, and I'm 20% through it. I'm really enjoying it, and I already want to keep reading it, which is a good sign because I didn't really feel that way about this book. The whole betrayal thing that I thought was going to happen never came, and I don't know if it'll come later or if I misunderstood what people were saying about it. I feel like maybe I misunderstood. Like, maybe there's no betrayal and it's just like the people switch up kind of thing, which is fine because it's so funny being in one character's setting and then being in the other character's setting. I'm like, wait, this is so much better and so much more entertaining. So I'm glad that that one's hopefully like more of the main character, basically. Can't really say too much, but I'm definitely enjoying the second one a lot more. I'm so excited that I finally read this though, and I'm so excited to continue. Yes, ACOTAR, I kind of wish things had been different for us. I wish we met at a different time, basically, because I think that I really was just in a reading slump, and if I had picked this up when I was like flying through books and really in a reading mood, maybe I would have enjoyed it more, because I did read this in the span of like 2 months, 1.5 months, so it was kind of hard to fully grasp it and fully enjoy it for what it was. So that's probably my fault. Yes, I am still excited to continue this series, and this was really fun for me to read a book that is so well loved and just kind of see my opinions on it and see what the actual story is, because a lot of time I see so much about a book that I feel like I already know it, but that's not the case at all. I really knew nothing about this series for how much I've heard about it. It's like putting a face to a name, like finally understanding what the story is about, that I've seen this cover everywhere. So I'm excited to continue. So I'm definitely going to be doing more of these reading vlogs in the future because I like just seeing my opinions on these popular books. So I hope to see you in my next one very soon. Bye!